Hey, it's Mike with Carlisle Events, hanging out with Carlisle GM Nationals event manager Ken Appel, and we're here in the office because we're getting ready for the big Carlisle GM Nationals car show. It's coming here to the Carlisle, PA Fairgrounds, June 23rd and 24th, and Ken, the National Parts Depot show field is going to come to life with over 1,000 cars spanning basically the history of the GM brand.
Yeah, it's great because you know what? On the show field, all GM vehicles are welcome and all the brands are represented.
It's a very diverse show field for sure, and we'll get it out of the way early. If you want to come be part of the show field, you absolutely can do it. In fact, our show field and vendor registration office will be open starting at 7 a.m. this coming Thursday, and you can stop in, you can sign up, put your vehicle on the show field, just $50 to be part of the show field. But it's more than just the cars on display, and we've got a lot of them. There's a lot of vending and automotive flea market opportunities within the swap meet.
Yeah, the swap meet's pretty awesome. We even added a brand new area for the third-gen vendors this year, which we'll get to the third-gen nationals in here in just a minute or two. But the automotive flea market is a great place to find not only performance parts, but restoration parts, and also a great deal for what you're looking for your GM car or truck.
It totally is great to interact with the vendor, the person selling the part. I mean, after all, why would you buy something online that you've never seen from someone you've never met when you can come to the automotive flea market at Carlisle and pick it up firsthand? We have a lot of shows within the show. It's the National Parts Depot show field overall. That's where many of the show cars are going to be, but you're going to have the likes of the Nova Nationals. That's going to be hanging out in the American Collectors Insurance Pavilion. You have Corvettes for Chip. What else do we have?
Corvettes for Chip takes place on the NPD show field. National Parts Depot is a great show field sponsor. Corvettes for Chip started a couple years ago over at the Expo Center, became part of the GM Nationals about 3 years ago, and really has taken off as one of the better Corvette shows that are out there on the calendar these days.
And it benefits a great cause. It benefits the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation. Chip Miller was the co-founder of our company, passed away in 2004 due to the disease known as amyloidosis. So you're supporting a great cause, whether you're part of the fun field for Corvettes for Chip or you simply stop by and make a donation.
Yeah, and it's cool because that's not the only show within the show. There's also the brand new Third Gen Nationals, which is happening over by Building R. There's a big, huge tent of probably about 200 foot long sitting over there by Building R, which is going to fill in with all sorts of third-gen Camaros and Firebirds. There's also regional meets from the likes of the Mid-Atlantic Fiero Owners Association, as well as the First Gen Monte Carlo Club, and numerous other clubs at the event as well that are hosting their own mini meets within the show. So it's really a great coming together of the GM community.
You mentioned the Fieros. It's a great jumping off point for some of our featured vehicle displays this year. We are celebrating 40 years of the Pontiac Fiero. Everybody loves this car, and it's going to be celebrated here. In addition to 40 years of the Fiero, we're talking about 30 years of the fourth gens, the Buick Regals turning 50, 120 plus years of Buick, and the Malaise era too. So I know I just threw out a lot of our special vehicle displays, our featured displays this year, but talk about some of the cars that stand out through those displays.
So the 30 years of the fourth gens encompasses the Camaros and Firebirds, basically of the mid-90s to the early 2000s. I guess you could say the more aerodynamic versions of those cars. That is actually going to be really cool. There's a display in Building T, as well as part of the tent over by Building R will be dedicated to fourth gens. There's also a really cool parade encompassing that event as well, just like we were talking about with Fiero.
What about the Buick Regal? 50 years of that vehicle. Talk about some of those cars.
Yeah, there is a really cool display happening in Building T for that one as well. The group from the Mid-Atlantic Grand National Association, they're also coming out to the show. They'll have a great display of vehicles on their show field just north of Building Y. We also have two seminars, one with Joe Greco, who is formerly of GM's design program. He'll be doing some stuff over in the third gen seminar area. I know we say third gen, but there's also some Buick seminars happening in that area as well. Dennis Kerbin will also be in on Saturday to talk about basically turbo Buicks as well. So it's going to be a pretty cool anniversary for not only the Buick Regals, but also the 120 years of Buick as a motor company as well.
You have one other featured vehicle display, the Malaise era. First of all, what is the Malaise era? What can people expect when they walk into this display?
So it's kind of the forgotten cars of the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. So it's going to be a really cool display right by the crossroads as you come in from Gate 3. Some really unique cars from Chevettes to an Oldsmobile Omega that was a PPG pace car, and some other really unique cars that'll be in that display. So kind of the forgotten cars of the 70s, 80s, and quite frankly, early 90s.
If you go into Building Y, you're going to come across another. This one is the Solid Lifter Showroom. What is that all about this year?
So Brian from Supercar Workshop does a really great job putting this display together each year with his team. Copos, Yankos, high-performance GMs, basically from the late 60s, early 70s, encompass this display. He's got a number of Yankos lined up for this year, and actually we're excited because next year he's going to take over Building T in its entirety with some cool Yankos and Copos as well. So follow us on Facebook as we go into next year after this year's show for more about that one.
So we know the show's happening June 23rd and 24th. Gates open at 7 a.m. each day, and one of the benefits to coming out on Friday the 23rd is that you could be eligible to win an award as part of our Carlisle Elite program. That's special to those that are here on Friday. Explain what goes into Carlisle Elite selection.
So on Friday, our staff's going to be out looking for 10 cars that stand out for one reason or another. Doesn't have to be the prettiest car, doesn't have to be the most rare car. It's going to be 10 vehicles that stand out to our staff for some reason. Those 10 vehicles will get not only a t-shirt, a hat, but also a really cool glass acrylic award, essentially, to basically welcome them into the 2023 class of Carlisle Elite. We do that at this show, our import show, and our upcoming Carlisle Truck Nationals as well.
Clearly, there's a lot going on here at the Carlisle GM Nationals. You can download the Carlisle Events app and know before you go. It's a great resource for you while you're here at the event and really even before you show up. You can also go to carlisleevents.com and you can check out our event guide. We have a digital version of not only the guide online, but the map and the schedule, and that's where you'll learn a little bit more about the featured vehicle displays. There's a whole lot going on, and we've talked about the wheels in motion. We know that we're going to have rolling burnouts and donuts presented by Turo Tire. That's on Saturday, back for the second year. You loved it last year. We brought it back for this year. You have the rolling exhaust contest, multiple rounds. We'll have a preliminary round on Friday, another preliminary round Saturday morning. Then we have the final Saturday afternoon. You also have a couple of parades. What all parades are going to be happening on grounds?
You're going to have the 3rd Gen Nationals. You're going to have the 4th Gen Camaros and Firebirds. You're going to have a Buick parade. You're going to have a Fiero parade. And you know what? A lot of those also match up to what we're doing down on the track with autocross, because a lot of those cars may end up not just in the parade there, but burning some rubber as well during the autocross throughout the day.
So the Cumberland Valley Corvette Club is here managing autocross, but they're also going to be managing in conjunction with UMI Performance, because our friends at UMI are not only on the midway, but they're going to be doing a little bit of something to show you what their product is all about. If you stop to see them on the midway and you're really serious about getting one of their performance suspensions, they're going to put you in the passenger seat of one of their high-performance rides and show you a good time on the track.
So UMI will actually have 2 sessions, 2 on Friday and 2 on Saturday. This is your opportunity to take a thrill ride with them and see what their performance upgrades do for your car. They are a great suspension company. They're here at a number of our different shows, and they really make a great product. So see what it can do for your GM product.
That is not the only automotive thrill that's happening at Carlisle, because Bruce Larson is back. We missed him last year, but he's coming back to the GM Nationals this year to present Nitro Fest, and we're going to get things going right out of the chute on Friday. He's got a 9 a.m. Nitro Fest session planned. Lou Santiago is coming. Lou Santiago is a larger-than-life personality. If you've never met him before, you've got to get to the show to meet up with Lou. He is just a car guru, a car genius. He's a military veteran. He was in the Navy, and we've seen him on, what, Car Fix, and what else does he have going on?
He's also on Garage Insider as well.
And he's going to be here with our friends from Camaro Central. A couple of autograph sessions planned with Lou Santiago on Friday and Saturday. And he's otherwise just going to roam the grounds just like you. He's kind of a wanderer sometimes, and you can't miss Lou. But if you do, he'll be sure to remind you that he's here. Awesome guy. You definitely don't want to miss out.
Yeah, and you're going to want to check out our Facebook feed. It's going to be really cool to see him interact with everybody, including maybe you.
You can get your tickets online at a discount, carlisleevents.com. If you're thinking about coming out as a spectator, it's $12 for that spectator ticket, $15 for a 2-day pass. Kids 12 and under get in free, but if you go online, you can actually get your tickets cheaper. We also offer ample on-grounds parking. It makes it super convenient to attend the event. A couple of housekeeping notes as we get ready to wrap up this preview video. Our friends with Hemmings Marketplace, they're going to be here, and we're doing a Hemmings Club Challenge. Explain what that's all about.
So the top 3 clubs will get awarded a banner, as well as we'll present the coolest club banner, which could be the coolest theme, the coolest whatever you're doing in your tent. Wherever basically our staff would want to hang out, that's who's going to get that award. So Hemmings Marketplace will be here as well promoting that. They'll also be a great partner for this club challenge, and it's a great opportunity for you to sell your car. We really thank Hemmings Marketplace for their support.
Some other cool things, I mentioned the tickets a little bit earlier. Kids 12 and under, again, you can't say it enough. Kids 12 and under get in free. Not too many central Pennsylvania entertainment venues allow kids 12 and under free. And when your kid comes to the show, they get a free kids goodie bag. We also have kids bingo. Your kids can help pick an award for one of the cars in Building T. And we also do a kids cash grab, which is always kind of cool. So maybe you can make your money back in admission with that kids cash grab. We do some social stops, and what that's all about is you make your way around the displays, you take some pictures, you visit guest services, and you can go home with one of these themed display stickers. We'll have signage and all the details in our respective display buildings. And then every year, for a few years now, we've been doing a diecast, partnering with our friends at M2 Machines. And this year's diecast is what?
It's a really cool Chevy Silverado done in like an Indy pace car theme. So it's a really unique piece. It has the GM logo on it. Has a really cool theme to it. If you haven't checked it out online, definitely check it out in the Carlisle store. They're $20. Pickup starts 7 o'clock on Friday morning.
And you can stop into the Carlisle store to not only get your diecast, but shop a nice mix of Carlisle events and Carlisle GM Nationals themed merchandise. Ken, anything else you want to add?
No, but we encourage you to come out, have fun. It's going to be a great weekend. I mean, we'll see you out here on the show field.
CarlisleEvents.com. Gates open at 7 a.m. Discounted spectator admission tickets online. And if you want to be on the National Parts Depot show field, $50 to show your car. We can't wait to see you in Carlisle, June 23rd and 24th.